All right, guys. So spring game just concluded. I know a lot of fans are gonna be excited based off what they've seen. I know a lot of fans are gonna be a lot more concerned of what they've seen today. And I know from an outside fan perspective, I know a lot of Georgia fans are gonna talk their shit because it's already happened already, and so they're gonna talk their chirp. But um, for the most part, guys, looking at the spring game, there were some positives and there's definitely some negatives. We really can't take too much away from this game because at the end of the day, this is spring, and for the most part, jobs are not going to be determined until pretty much the end of fall camp. Usually, right? Some can go on, like some may take like the first game or two before that happens. Hopefully, that doesn't happen. But for the most part, for the spring game for a live action type perspective, at least for fans, that we can kind of see what's going on, right? We've been see some of the things that we've been hearing about from the media for weeks now, right? As far as scrimmages, and as far as all the insights and winter workouts, we now kind of get to see that and unfold the results unfold on the football field as far as what's been going on so far during this offseason. But some positives that I guess we can take away from this. I really liked our tight end group. Danny Lewis and Amari Nightblack, I thought did a really, really good job out there today, especially Danny Lewis. Danny Lewis, I think for the most part, 6'6", 255 pounds, had the ability to separate. They use him a lot. They use him on the line. They use him as a slot type receiver, the slot hybrid type receiver, and he had a pretty solid route tree, right? They had him run some routes out there today. And I thought he did a really, really good job, man. He was an easy target for quarterbacks to see. He was an easy quarterback. He was an easy target for quarterbacks to look at too. And he did a really good job of hauling in some passes in, and showed some toughness, showed the ability to run after the catch, showed some sneaky athleticism about him. And hell, who knows? Maybe Danny Lewis again. I think he was a part of the first team. Could be everyone's talking about CJ Dupree. Maybe this could be a guy that could definitely start for us. Remember, Alabama's going to be running some 12 personnel. They're going to be running some 12 personnel under this offense. So maybe him and Nightblack or Dupree or whoever gets an opportunity, this could be a very, very impressive group moving forward. So I really like the tight end group today. Nightblack made some very, very good catches. Definitely showed that he was the most athletic tight end, definitely of this group. I'm excited. The tight end group really impressed me tonight. I thought the offensive line did a pretty solid job for the most part. Pritchett, I'll talk about Pritchett in a minute, but I thought Caden Proctor and Allen for freshmen did a really, really solid job today. Now, of course, I think they were part of the second or third team, but Proctor was solid. Proctor was really, really solid, man. He definitely showed his size. Very lengthy, very, very lengthy pass blocker. He's a mauler, man. I thought he did a really, really good job in the run game. Proctor, a guy that could vie for that starting right tackle spot. I think he's in consideration. I think you may have to give him an opportunity because that tackle spot is definitely a little, it's definitely on the uncertain aspect of it. So whatever you place him, whether it was a guard or tackle, I thought Proctor did a really, really solid job tonight in the spring game. But yeah, overall wise, the offensive line, whether if it was Booker, I thought Ferguson, they kicked him out. I think they believe they kicked him out to left tackle, did an okay job. Latham did okay. Wasn't really too spectacular, but definitely showed some improvement. Definitely showed a lot more, physicality in that aspect. But again, it's a spring game. It's hard to kind of take that much away from it, but that's just kind of my thoughts about the offensive line there. Our pass rushers did a wonderful job tonight. I was really impressed with the pass rushers today, and we missed Chris Braswell and Dallas Turner. Quindarius Robinson had a hell of a game. Jeremiah Alexander had a really, really good game today. We saw some freshmen. I think you saw Rousseau. He showed some action in today. I think it was number 47. I thought we showed a really, really good job to rush from the interior. We blitzed a crap ton in this game with our inside linebackers, whether it was at the Mike position or the Will. We blitzed a crap ton, and that we were able to kind of explode through the interior and was able to generate a lot of pressure from a lot of our blitz packages. So That was really nice. Whether it was Jahad Campbell, or whether it was a Kendrick Blackshire, Tresman Marshall, a lot of those guys, we got to the backfield pretty easily on a lot of those blitzes. And again, some of those blitz pickups, that's a lot of it is on communication with the offensive line. A lot of it has to probably do with the quarterback as far as slide protection goes. But I was really impressed with the pass rush tonight. Running backs were okay. I know a lot of people are going to be impressed with Justice Haynes. He had 3 touchdowns today. He showed some toughness, showed some physicality. I thought a lot of people were excited about that explosiveness, that burst. I thought you showed a little bit of signs of that today. But again, he's 5'10", 205 pounds, kind of for a reason, right? He's not a Brian Robinson or a TJ. Like, he's not a big running back. He's not a big guy. So some people won't be impressed with the fact that he didn't really break a lot of tackles. But to be fair, like, you didn't really see a lot of these running backs break a lot of tackles today, right? I don't think there's like that one big power back on this team. The biggest running back probably is Jace McKellen, is McKellen today. And, you saw him get some snaps in here and there. But Haynes, I thought overall wise, did a pretty solid job today with the amount of reps that he was able to get to. Again, I think this kid has a great opportunity of being RB1. I'm gonna be honest. I think the running back position is not as solid as what everyone thinks it is. I think it's an open competition, and I think Haynes, from the praise that he's been getting so far from the coaches and from players, I think he has an opportunity to still compete for RB1. Receivers, I thought, had an up and down day today. Again, quarterback play wasn't the best, and we'll get to quarterback play, but the drops. God, man, the drops. This was one of my biggest complaints from last year, was the fact that we dropped too many damn passes last year. This game, yeah, we had some drops. Burton had some drops. Isaiah Bond, I thought he definitely struggled today, had some drops. Man, we definitely struggled in the drops department. Hamilton had some drops. And again, that's, again, for the most part, Jaron Hamilton's really not going to do too much. But still, I mean, we had some drops. And we got to get better with the hands in that department. But I thought for the most part, again, there were some signs a little bit towards the end of the game. Malik Benson kind of came alive, kind of towards that 2-minute drill, within that 2-minute drill in the last 47 seconds of the game during that last drive that Jalen Miro was able to kind of deliver to Benson. Jermaine Burton, again, I thought Jermaine Burton had an up and down day. He was able to separate. Like, Jermaine Burton, as far as route running goes, was able to separate. But again, he had some drops about him. There was some miscommunication at times between him and the quarterback. There were some missed throws in his direction. But he definitely had some really good hauls in. And I thought Jermaine Burton kind of showcased why he's probably going to be receiver 1 for this team. Kendrick Law, I thought, had, again, a lot of people thought, that this is a running back this is a receiver, and he's playing receiver, but he acts like a running back. I think you could kind of see why that after the run, that after contact, after the run specialty, and just kind of how tough he is, kind of showcase that. But receivers were okay. I mean, I didn't really have that huge of a complaint. Again, Emmanuel Henderson, he made that transition to receiver today. I thought Emmanuel Henderson, from playing for the kind of this first year playing as receiver, I thought did a decent job in his spring game. It's talented, man. I mean, this is a talented group full of 4- and 5-star guys, and we just got to get that chemistry down with our quarterbacks and receivers, and these receivers got to be a little bit more consistent. But I thought did an okay job. I'm trying to think what else I can kind of go towards. Quarterback play. Let's talk about quarterback play, guys. Up and down. Ty Simpson made some plays. Jalen Miro made some plays. Dylan Larnigan made some plays. But a lot of inconsistency. A lot of inconsistent key moments in this game. Jalen Miro. One thing, and I guess we'll spin on some positives what I can talk about with Jalen Miro. I thought Miro did a good job of trying to stay in the pocket. He tried his best to stay in the pocket, keep his feet work going, trying to go through his progressions. And again, he had some bad throws, but he also had some good moments, some good throws when he was using the footwork properly. And last year, it was simple as this. It was one read and go. One read and go. He panicked a lot when the pocket was collapsing. He didn't really stand strong. He didn't really go through his progressions. I thought you saw some of that. I thought you saw a lot more of that today compared to what you saw last year, right? A guy that was trying to go through, he was trying to fix the mechanics. He was trying to go through the mechanics, get that down first before, of course, making the big plays. Now, of course, he made some big mistakes as far as kind of rushing the throws a little bit. Again, there were times where, once again, it was one read and kind of going through, not really setting his feet when he's throwing. Relying a little bit too much on the arm instead of just focusing on the basic mechanics. Not really reading the safeties. He's got to do a better job at reading the safeties, because there could have been, I'm not gonna lie to you, there should have been at least maybe 2 or 3 even more interceptions in this game. But he also had some nice moments, right? When everything was good, when everything was squared away from him, you saw that he was able to make those unbelievable throws, like you saw in that practice footage. A little bit that went viral. That one viral clip of Jalen Milroe throwing a phenomenal back shoulder fade. That's the type of throws that some of those throws we're going to see today, right? Whether if it was Malik Bent, right? Whether if it was the last 40 seconds in the last drive, kind of going down. Whether if it was the Emmanuel Henderson kind of deep throw, which I thought was a really, really good throw. I mean, you saw some really, really good throws from Jalen Milroe today that you're like, damn, this dude can make some unbelievable throws, and he's got power, but he still has a lot to fix. And the same thing can go with Ty Simpson. I thought Ty Simpson did a much better job of going through his progressions, maybe still not making the correct decisions, but still he was going through his progressions a little bit more often than Jalen Milroe was. I thought that Ty Simpson did a much better job of really getting that footwork down. And I thought that as far as composure goes, I thought that he was a little bit more composed than Milroe today. But still, both of quarterbacks made some horrible mistakes. I hate both of their throwing motions. I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks like that, but I hate both of their throwing motions. And listen, there's a lot more things that these guys need to clean up, right? If we had to determine who was going to be QB1 after this game, I would say no one. We have a long way to go. Do I think we should go in the transfer portal and get a Tyler Van Dyke? No, I'm going to be honest with you. I think we should stick with these 2 quarterbacks, let them battle it out. Because even if we get Tyler Van Dyke here, he has a short, limited time to learn the playbook compared to what Milroe and Ty Simpson had to go through for the last 2, what they had to do through winter all the way to now and then fall camp. Like, they're just going to have an advantage. So can Tyler Van Dyke even consume that much of the playbook in that short amount of time? I don't know if he can. It's possible that he can, but, I would rather stick with these guys. I actually liked what I saw from these guys more than some past spring games before. So I don't know. I thought that it was a decent spring. A lot of young guys, a lot of true freshmen that played in this game today. You saw Des Ricks, you saw some Rousseau, you saw some Smith, you saw some Haynes. You saw a lot of true freshmen and a lot of redshirt freshmen that didn't even get any playing time last year, that are 4- and 5-star guys that are now getting their time. So I'm really excited about the future. Again, I know a lot of fans outside of the Bama fan base are going to dog this program, but I'm excited for this program. I think the next video I make of Bama is now kind of going through the team preview, and I'll give you my predictions of their record and stuff like that goes. But overall wise, guys, I'm really excited about this team, and I'm going to be watching the spring game again just to kind of go back, and maybe I'll break some more stuff down. But yeah, guys, I like the spring game. So that's kind of my thoughts about it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Roll Tide.